Hey cryptid enthusiasts and urban explorers, welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike, and today we're taking a detour from the usual cryptid subjects and coming back to the United States, and specifically New York. So we've all heard of Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster, even the Jersey Devil, but what about the creatures lurking in the shadows of one of the world's most populated cities, New York? Not the common urban legends, but the truly rare, the highly speculative, and the downright bizarre alleged cryptids of New York City. So, New York City is a place of endless stories, but some tales are so obscure, so fleeting, they exist only in hush whispers or forgotten newspaper clippings. These aren't your typical urban myths. These are the deeply weird, the barely there cryptid encounters that make you wonder if reality itself bends in the five boroughs. Get ready to dive into the truly unusual, because we're about to explore New York City's rarest and most speculative alleged cryptids. First up, let's talk about something truly aquatic, but not of the serpentine kind. We're talking about an alleged sighting of the Hudson River humper. Forget the Long Island Sound serpent for a moment. Accounts, few and far between, exist of something massive yet oddly shaped moving beneath the surface of the Hudson River. Witnesses describe not a snake-like creature, but rather a series of large, low humps, almost like an undulating back, disappearing quickly beneath the waves. Unlike the sea serpent, there's no distinct head or tail mentioned, just formless mass. Some speculate it could be an undiscovered, extremely large sturgeon species, or perhaps a descendant of an ancient, unknown marine creature that found its way into the estuary environment. The limited, often fleeting nature of these hump sightings makes it purely speculative, but tantalizing nonetheless. The Hudson is deep, dark, and flows out to the ocean. Who knows what primordial weirdness could be swimming up or down its depths. A humper is far more ambiguous and therefore more mysterious sighting than your typical lake monster. Our next cryptid takes us into the forgotten corners of New York City, the places that time leaves behind, the Garment District Glimmer. This one is truly out there. Scattered anecdotal reports from the early to mid-20th century, primarily from textile workers and night watchmen in the Garment District, speak of a strange phenomenon, a flickering, almost ethereal light, sometimes accompanied by a faint, high-pitched hum, seen flitting between buildings or even inside abandoned lofts. What makes it a cryptid, and not just a ghost? Some accounts describe a vague insect-like or almost sprite-like form within the light, something small, fast, and distinctly alive, yet not easily categorized. Could it be a rare bioluminescent insect species, or something far more alien, an interdimensional visitor briefly manifesting in our dimension? The glimmer is so fleeting, so amorphous, that it truly stretches the definition of a cryptid, making it highly speculative and deeply fascinating. A living light in the heart of the city? It's the kind of story that fades into the forgotten folklore because it's so hard to grasp or prove. But isn't that where most of the interesting mysteries lie? Let's step into the wilder parts of the city, the less manicured parks, the fringes of the boroughs, for the very rare alleged sighting of the Van Cortlandt Park wild man, or feral humanoid. While more commonly associated with upstate New York and Bigfoot sightings, there are extremely rare and historical accounts of large, hairy, bipedal figures glimpsed on the outskirts of New York City, particularly in large, heavily wooded parks like Van Cortlandt in the Bronx. These aren't necessarily Bigfoot per se, but descriptions of something more aggressive or unsettling, a wild man, appearing disheveled, covered in matted hair, moving with unnatural speed and strength. These alleged encounters are often brief, terrifying, and leave witnesses deeply disturbed, suggesting something more primal than a lost person. Could a truly feral, undiscovered hominid lineage somehow persist in the few remaining wild pockets of the city? It's a dark thought, and one that gives a whole new meaning to urban wilderness. The idea of something truly wild, something untamed and unknown lurking just beyond the city's concrete edge, is a chilling thought. These aren't really friendly forest dwellers. These are figures of pure primal fear. And finally, let's go really deep for our most speculative cryptid, the subterranean sonic shifter. This is less about a visual sighting and more about an auditory and almost sensory experience. Scattered, highly unusual reports from deep underground, maintenance tunnels, forgotten subway lines, even construction sites, describe not seeing a creature but feeling its presence. Witnesses speak a profound localized shift in air pressure, an unnerving low frequency hum that vibrates throughout the burrows and the bones in the body, and fleeting pungent odors, sometimes metallic, sometimes sulfuric, and sometimes, just sometimes, a sensation of something large and fast brushing past in the absolute darkness, accompanied by an almost inaudible deep humming and thrumming. The sonic shifter is purely speculative. Could it be a form of subterranean life that navigates by sound and vibration? A creature of pure sensory perception, rarely if ever seen, but certainly felt. Imagine something that extends beyond our sight, a master of the subterranean realm making its presence known only through sound and pressure. It's the kind of cryptid that haunts your imagination long after the story ends. So there you have it, a dive into the truly rare and speculative alleged cryptids of New York City. These aren't the household names, they're the whispers in the dark, the fleeting glimpses, the sensations that defy explanation. They remind us that even in the most urbanized environments, there are still corners of the unknown, still mysteries waiting to be unraveled. What do you make of these extremely rare and speculative tales? Are they just misinterpretations, vivid imagination, or is there a sliver of undiscovered life, or even something else entirely lurking beneath the veneer of our modern world? Have you ever had an unexplained experience in New York City? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments. And if you enjoyed this journey into the truly bizarre, please like this video, subscribe to the channel for more explorations into the mysterious, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. Until then, keep your eyes and your other senses open, because New York City, you never truly know what you might encounter. I'll speak to you next time.